The number one reason transmissions fail is simple: heat. Heat is the enemy. Your transmission fluid does more than just lubricate parts. It cools the transmission, helps create hydraulic pressure, protects internal components, and allows the whole system to shift properly. But when that fluid gets too hot, old, dirty, and low, everything inside the transmission starts working harder. Clutches wear faster, seals dry out, metal parts grind, pressure drops, shifts get sloppy, and once that happens, the damage starts stacking up. That's why towing heavy loads, driving in stop-and-go traffic, climbing hills, sitting in extreme heat, or constantly flooring it can shorten transmission life, especially if the vehicle already has marginal cooling or old fluid. A lot of people think, well, I'm not racing this thing, but your transmission doesn't care whether you're racing or just crawling through traffic on a hot day. Heat is heat. The second big reason transmissions fail is neglected fluid. This is where a lot of owners get burned. Some automakers call their transmission fluid lifetime fluid, and that sounds comforting, but here's the problem: lifetime or what? The vehicle, the warranty, the transmission before it gives up? A good mechanic will tell you that fluid conditions matter. Transmission fluid should usually be bright red, amber, or at least clean looking, depending on the vehicle and fluid type. If it smells burnt, looks dark, or has metal debris in it, that's not great. Now here's the tricky part. If a transmission has been neglected for a long time, changing the fluid too late can sometimes reveal problems that were already there. That doesn't mean fresh fluid destroys the transmission. It usually means the old fluid was hiding wear, and the unit was already on borrowed time. So the better move is maintenance before the problem starts. Check the owner's manual. Look at severe service intervals. And if you tow, drive in mountains, sit in traffic, or own a vehicle known for transmission issues, be more conservative. The third reason transmissions fail is driving habits. And I know nobody wants to hear this, but some drivers are absolutely brutal on transmissions. Shifting from reverse to drive before the car fully stops, rocking the vehicle aggressively when stuck in snow or mud, using the gas pedal like an on-off switch, towing above the vehicle's rating, launching hard at every green light, ignoring warning signs for months. All that stuff adds up. One of the worst habits is shifting from reverse to drive while the car is still rolling backwards. It feels harmless because the vehicle lets you do it, but inside the transmission, you're asking a lot of mechanical parts to suddenly change directions under load. Do that over and over, and don't be surprised when the transmission starts shifting like it has trust issues. The fourth issue is low fluid. Low fluid can cause slipping, overheating, delayed engagement, harsh shifts, or total failure. But here's the important part: transmission fluid usually doesn't just disappear. If it's low, there may be a leak. That leak can come from a pan gasket, axle seal, cooler line, transmission cooler, torque converter seal, or another area. So if you see reddish fluid under your car, or you notice a burning smell after driving it, don't ignore that. A small leak can become a huge repair if the transmission runs low long enough. The fifth reason is software and electronics. Modern transmissions are not just mechanical boxes anymore. They are controlled by sensors, modules, solenoids, wiring, and software. Sometimes what feels like a failing transmission may actually be a bad sensor, a failing solenoid, outdated programming, a weak battery, poor electrical connection, or a control module issue. That's why guessing can get expensive. A real diagnosis matters in this case. You don't want to approve a transmission replacement when the actual issue is a valve body, solenoid pack, speed sensor, or software update. This is especially true with newer 8, 9, and 10-speed automatics, dual clutch transmissions, and CVTs. Which brings me to continuously variable transmissions. They can be smooth, efficient, but they are very sensitive to fluid condition, heat, and driving style. A CVT doesn't behave like a traditional automatic. It uses belts, pulleys, chains, pressure, and programming to keep the engine in efficient range. But when CVT fluid breaks down, or the transmission overheats, or the driver constantly pushes it hard, problems can show up as shuddering, slipping, whining, hesitation, or that rubber band feeling getting worse. Not every CVT is bad, but some are definitely less forgiving than a traditional automatic. And if you're shopping used, you need to know the service history. A cheap used car with a questionable CVT can become expensive very quickly. Now, here are the warning signs you should never ignore. Delayed engagement when shifting into drive or reverse. Harsh or clunky shifts. Slipping under acceleration. Engine revs climbing but speed is not matching. Burning smell. Transmission warning light. Whining, humming, or grinding sounds. Fluid leaks. Shuddering at low speeds, or the vehicle randomly going into limp mode. If your car is doing any of that, don't keep driving it like everything's fine. That's how a smaller repair becomes a full replacement. And here's where I'd be careful as a buyer. If you test drive a used car and the transmission is cold, pay attention to the first few shifts. Some problems only show up in cold, others only show up hot. So don't just drive it around the block. Drive it long enough to feel how it behaves at low speeds, highway speeds, light throttle, harder acceleration, reverse, parking lot maneuvers, and of course, stop and go traffic. A good transmission should feel predictable. It doesn't have to be invisible, but it should not feel confused, delayed, violent, or like it's deciding whether it wants to participate. So why does your transmission keep failing? Usually it comes down to one or more of these: too much heat, old or low fluid, hard driving habits, ignored leaks, towing beyond what the vehicle can handle, weak maintenance history, bad electronics or software, or buying a vehicle with a known weak transmission design. The best thing you can do is simple: maintain that fluid, fix the leaks early, don't abuse the gear selector, don't tow beyond the rating, pay attention to symptoms, and before buying used, get the vehicle inspected, especially if it has a CVT, high miles, or no service records. Because a transmission problem is not just annoying, it can turn a good deal into a financial trap. If you're replacing a problem car or shopping for something more reliable, check pricing in your zip code by visiting quotes.everymandriver.com before you buy. It's good for new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Do your research, compare your options, and don't let a bad transmission become the most expensive lesson you've learned this year. That's quotes.everymandriver.com. Thanks again for watching Everyman Driver. Subscribe for more real-world car advice, buyer warnings, and practical tips that can save you money before, during, and after the sale. One final note: if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.